Lagos is still Lagos. I touched down, they jam us the first day. This is so crazy. They jammed me the first day.
Man,
And you know this babe didn't even stop. She just drove off. I'm not even
normal.
joking.
I feel like when I go back home, and this is maybe every 2 years or something, I still get
Mm.
like a Lagos reality check smacked in my face.
Mm.
Yeah, like driving. Like so, the first time I get behind the wheel again when I'm at home, I'm like, oh no, actually we do drive like we're mad. Oh yes, 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 my people. We're back. Just like we
We're
promised.
back. Did you miss us?
Welcome to another episode of Japa Diaries. Here on
No,
Japa
it's
Diaries,
not
we
just
like to.
another episode, Malik. Come
Why is it
on.
not another episode? Why is it not another
It's
episode?
the first episode of season 3. You have to give it a little more oomph.
Okay, okay. So
Yeah, do it again.
what kind of spice do you want to give season 3? Okay. Hi guys, welcome to not the first season, not the second season, but the third
Uh-huh.
season of Japa
Let's
Diaries,
go.
season
Let's
3, episode
go.
1.
Yeah, that was good. I
And as
like it. I
always,
like it.
this season we'll be looking to document the experience of African immigrants in the diaspora. And for episode 1, it'll be starting off with me and Abimisola talking about some of our experiences of going back home and drumroll.
Wait now, you want to tell them right now?
I don't see why not. These are guys. I don't see what's the problem.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And what but no, I think part of me going back home will
Mm-hmm.
explain the other big news. Yeah?
Okay, okay, okay,
I
okay,
think I
sure.
think just lead them. Let's be small saucepans now.
Okay, okay.
Storytelling and that, all the things. Yeah, yeah,
You know, I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
go to drama school. Sorry. Mm-hmm.
Face.
All
But
right.
before
Have you
that,
been? Have you been?
happy.
Have you been?
I'm good. Happy. When did we finish? We finished in like July, August. So happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year,
Happy, happy birthday.
Ramadan Mubarak,
Ramadan
Happy birthday
Mubarak.
to you too. Eid
Is
Mubarak,
it?
actually,
Eid
because I
Mubarak.
think
Yep,
this is
yep.
dropping around that era.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I've been good. I've been a lot of life change. I feel like my life changes a lot between every season.
Is
But
that
I guess
so?
that's just the constant of life. Yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
things just
Fair
happen.
enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
You, how are you? How are you? Have you been?
Okay. I'm good. I'm good. I'm chilling. Some life changes here and there, like some real
Some life
changes. You know how,
changes here.
you know how you say your life changed? No, my life changed.
Oh yeah, your life changed.
My
Yeah.
whole
We'll
life
get it.
changed.
We'll get into it. We'll get into it. But okay, so we're just trying to like fill in the gaps of what's happened since we left you guys. Um, so me, like I mentioned in like previous episodes, I hadn't been back home for almost 5 years. It wasn't intentional. It just sort of happened between
I still
COVID
don't.
and
I still that for some reason I don't know why that math is not adding up to me. Five
so
years
I
ago.
my last trip was 2018 December slash 2019 January,
Okay.
right?
So right before
And I
pandemic.
knew, yes, literally right before pandemic. And pandemic has been pandemic for almost 4 years now. Well, I think we are now in a truly post-pandemic-ish
Actually, this is
era.
a good question. Where is where would you say is post pandemic
Public health
from
standpoint.
from a public health standpoint and from a social standpoint? When do you feel like socially we had kind of gotten more lean and relaxed about COVID?
I mean, I think we, as a public health girl, I think we rushed into it way too quickly. I think everybody was sort of over the idea of like, okay, being home. And I'm like, yeah, I agree. However, COVID, COVID is still COVIDing. And that's actually something to still note. To some extent, COVID is still COVIDing. And we are even learning that like long COVID is a real thing, like
Yeah,
having
but
causing
we're not in a
disabilities after.
pandemic or an
Oh, I know in
epidemic.
a, yeah, we're not deep in an epidemic right now. I would say really and truly 2023.
2023. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Because 2021 was still dirty.
Still
It
that.
was still dirty, and
that.
up until maybe halfway through 2022 too. Yeah,
Yeah, it's so funny.
yeah.
Nothing
Because
changed a
I
lot.
didn't get COVID until 2022 summer. Yeah.
Look at you. Me, COVID never reached me. I was pure the whole time.
Wow.
I'm
Wow.
just
Look
kidding.
at
I'm just kidding.
that.
I'm just kidding. I got it twice. Twice, bro.
Wait, what was the first one? Can I ask?
The first
Was it too early that
one,
you're embarrassed?
I mean, I'm embarrassed to have caught it either time. I don't think that I've been
Really?
confident. Yeah, yeah. But I think the first time I was in Philly, no smell, no taste. I was in denial at first,
Oh.
but I was like,
Oh.
nah, nah,
That means you
you
got
got
the
it,
early
bro.
version. You got the early
I was like,
version.
nah, bro, you got it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. And the second one was when?
Second one was I can't admit this one publicly. I'll tell you about that one later.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Face. But yes, because of COVID and happenstances, yeah, I wasn't home for a while. And I finally, like at the end of last year, I was like, this is it. I think it's time. I think we're long overdue, and I want to go before it becomes too over difference, because 5 years is a lot of time for change to happen.
Okay, so
Um,
first of all, what was the real push? Like, were you just again, like you just said, is it that you're just worried about, like, were you worried about
yeah.
missing too much or not being able to recognize, like, why, guy, we have to go, Because to some people, like, I imagine it's not that
Honestly,
deep. You just go to
yeah.
Nigeria when you can, But I feel like you made an effort to be like, nah, 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 I need to go right now. Why?
Um, I just wanted to see friends and family, honestly, because I didn't
Okay.
even go during like December. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to date December. It wasn't that. I
Mm,
really just wanted
mm.
to go home and see
Yeah, I think we're
people
over
who
that.
live in Night. Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Is it an age thing?
Um,
Because I'm in an era right now where like outside is just
oh, for
it's
sure,
not a
for sure.
lifestyle.
That one is an age thing. That one for sure is an age thing. But the thing is that it's
Yeah.
also convenient to go back home in December. It's convenient, right?
Okay.
Because
The
you can get
holidays,
a lot
PTOs.
of people are taking a lot of time off work, so work is slowing down. It's convenient in that aspect. Even
Okay.
Nigeria too will slow down to a greater degree than the US will because capitalist America, people still working here and then
Yeah,
that
they don't
should
really stop
almost
here.
fully shut down for a month,
Like 2 weeks. Yeah.
so because it's convenient for a lot of people to come back home, so if you go home, you see your friends and family who live in Niger. You also see your friends and family who do not live in Niger as well. So it's like you
Mm-hmm.
get a 2-for-1 special on reconnecting during that time. So
That's
it's
what.
all
Yeah.
it's yeah. Obviously, maybe you can be over the going out and the partying, but as far as like going home, it's still the most convenient time. I most likely will
That's
like
true.
go home, in December for the most part, but I just do not have to be as active, as I once
Yeah.
was.
Yeah. A lifestyle. Yeah. I'm tired. I'm tired.
Mm. Those are me.
But yeah, I went in February. Yeah,
Yeah.
7th February. And it wasn't good the time I went because like by that time traffic don't relax.
Don't cool off.
The tightness of people being around was a little less. Hamatan. I don't know if it came early or it didn't leave early, but I feel like Hamatan should also be Hamatami when I was there.
And maybe global climate change is just reaching everybody,
And one thing.
It's
It was
adjusting our own atmosphere.
very it was very interesting. I've said this to you before, but I'm going to say it again. Landing that plane, the level of Hamatan in the air. I don't know how pilots do it. Me, I did not see the ground as we were
Mm-hmm.
landing. He knew what he was seeing when he landed.
Mm.
Now, in addition to the sand that was in the air, when you watch TV and they show you Mexico, and Mexico is looking a little.
And they give it a
Little
nice little tint.
orangey.
Give
Yeah,
it a tint.
can't lie to you. Summertime,
You saw a tint.
that's how the ground was looking. I said, wow, they don't make this up. They don't make this up. But it was really nice being home, honestly. Like I was only
Yeah.
home for a week.
Okay.
Honestly,
Okay.
thinking about it, I should have been home for maybe two,
Mm-hmm.
but 10 days, 10 days,
I
because
feel
you're
like,
there too long.
yeah, I was about to say, what's now the ideal time to be at home? 1 week
I
too
think
short,
10 days,
1 month too much. I
way too
think,
long. Yes,
I think two, 2.5, two
two
and
and
a
a
half
half
weeks.
is it? What are you doing in 2.5 weeks?
Hmm?
What are you doing in 2.5 weeks? Because see, everybody I needed to see. Oh, I didn't see everybody I needed to see, but I saw most of the people I needed to see. So I think the extra 3, 4 days would have helped fill in those gaps and maybe allowed me to do a second trip for some shopping things. But no, it was really nice to see everybody that I needed to see. Um, seeing, and 5 years. I actually want to say this 5 years because that those were the 5 years of our early 20s, right? So really, I'm seeing everybody that I haven't seen from like when they were maybe sophomores, juniors in college to like
Mm.
working, have been working. You know what I'm
Corporate
saying?
lifestyle.
Like I'm seeing our cousin full stash. I said, when did this arrive? Like I mean I FaceTime you, but like seeing you in full human form is crazy. Seeing aunties, that was also very it's weird a little bit seeing aunties and uncles having aged in
Mm.
those 5 years although. And it's like, oh my gosh, we're actually all getting older.
Yeah,
Um
that's something that like hits me. Like when I see, um other people age, I'm like, oh, this is this is a thing that happens.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So there was that. Exchange rate was whew, I actually want to talk about this. I'll
In
talk
your
about
favor?
exchange rate for a second. Heavily in my favor.
Too
Heavily,
heavily.
Malik. There's nothing, when people want to do vacation prep, oh, they do there. Nothing like that. We do all of it on the ground. There's no spa I didn't do. There's no nails I didn't do. There's no hair. See this hair? It's me and
The
this hair.
same one. The same
It's the
one.
same hair, baby. We
The
we are
same
here.
one.
We are here. Okay. I paid a cute, in fact, plus tip. I know when people say they hate this. I paid $30 for this hair. Okay. What you talking about?
Oh my
That's
god.
a tenth of what I would have paid here for this same hair.
A
And I will
10.
have done the hair here. And by now, if I don't, you understand?
Spoil.
If I don't scatter. Look at
Just
this hair.
spoil.
Me and this hair, we're gonna be together. Now,
Oh my god.
exchange rate is a beautiful thing. However, really uncomfortable because I wonder, does me spending like that, it helps the economy, no? Because I'm pumping naira in, am I not?
I like that you choose to look at it that way. I like that you choose to look at it that way, but
I
I
mean,
think
because yes, like that's also
it's
another thing. It's
the devaluation
awful.
of naira is actually it's ridiculous. It is
It's insane.
absolutely ridiculous. I don't know how anybody is getting anything done, living lives in Nigeria based on this rate.
You're
And I'm
not.
afraid
It's
that
not.
and I'm afraid it's still going to get worse.
I
It
think it's
is
gonna get
absolutely
worse.
ridiculous.
And what I'm scared of is the frustration. What's going to happen as a result of people saying, you know what,
Is
we're
enough is
fed
enough.
up from this. Yes.
Yeah.
And also we've seen how government reacts to our frustrations. So
Yeah.
that I'm really
Yeah,
I'm
that's
a bit
scary.
concerned about. Yeah, I'm a bit
It's
concerned about that.
legit scary. But damn, man,
But
sheesh.
yeah, so that's also another thing, like sort of watching Nigeria do that dip.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Because so talk me through what you noticed when you went home. So did you feel like the country had progressed in any aspect? It doesn't just have to be, excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
That
Like, do
was
you
very
think
controlled.
yeah, do you think the country had progressed in any aspect, or do you think it was just looking like a downhill on every front? Just in what you were able to take a snapshot of in that 1 week. Forget everything else like from what you actually just saw.
Um, there's a lot more. Um, there are a lot of skyscrapers, or
So
like
we're building
there's
more
we're
buildings.
building more. We're building more buildings, I guess. At the same time, they're still very much like run down buildings that haven't been touched in years. There are
Hmm.
a lot of restaurants. Oh my god,
That's the
a lot
market.
of that's a market. Yeah, so that
Because the
market
one
boomed.
thing Lagosians will do is go out to eat.
Mhm. You can go out eat and snap some pics while they eat. Yeah.
And
So
we need a new spot every 5 minutes.
yeah, yeah. So there was a lot of
Same
that. Like
same restaurant, rebrand, new name, run it back.
yeah, 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 yeah. So there was a lot of that. Yeah. When I say like the buildings, cause so that was one thing that sort of threw me a little bit. Like I grew up in Lagos my whole majority of my life, and I'd like to say I know road, right? But
Mhm.
then with all these new structures, you now get to the road. I know this is Akin Adeshola. However, there's some buildings here that were not here before.
Mm.
You understand? So like it's a bit it messes with my internal map a bit
Mm.
because of that. So there was that. The only road that did not change, I just say Adeogun because all those zeniths are gonna be exactly where they need to be. Okay. Yeah.
but the
Yeah.
but the light's still up at the roundabout in
No, no. By
February.
that time they
Yeah,
have taken it down.
fair enough, fair enough,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Um, what else happened on my trip? What else
I was gonna ask.
happened
I was
on
gonna
my
ask. Did
trip?
it did it feel did it feel like home? And I ask this because we now have a somewhat different experience when we go home now. Because I think maybe when we're in uni and we're going home, like mom and dad were at home. They lived at home. You are
That
going
was
back.
you.
Wait, so you are never at home when? Oh,
No.
really? So
Yeah.
you've never? Oh,
I've
wow.
never had a going home to the parents for December more than I went home for 1 or 2 Decembers. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because I
So
had
that's
the
also part of
experience.
why I wasn't going home that much. There
There
was no
you go.
mommy and daddy saying when are you coming? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, because I think most of the time that I go home is like fully on my own.
Yeah.
Jay's, yeah, my own prerogative. But I can
That was
imagine I'd have
crazy.
gone home. What?
That was crazy for me. This trip, planning this trip, the biggest trouble of planning this trip was figuring out where I was going to sleep. Do you know how crazy that is?
Yes,
I
you
was
see,
trying
and
to go
that's
home and I could not find, I was there doing, where am I going to sleep?
which is
Crazy.
a funny thing because before would have gone home. Mom and dad were there. But now parents
Yeah.
live in the US,
Yeah.
so there's no like familiarity of a house that we've known and grown
That
up
is your
in. You,
own. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
understand? It's now it's either like you get like a B&B or you stay with
You stay with family,
family, and
friends. Yeah.
so how was
And
how
there's an
was I was
abundance
gonna,
of that.
yeah,
There's an
yeah.
abundance of family friends. It was just trying to figure
Luckily,
out where. Yeah.
which exactly. That's a blessing. But yeah, I was going to ask for the experience going home with both conditions, but yeah, it sounds like you didn't have not at all. So your freshman year, we were already fully jackpot.
Okay. Before I graduate secondary school,
Oh, that's
and I
true. We
don't
left
already
you.
touch. They
We did
this
leave
is
you. Oh,
as he
that's
said it,
true. We did
register
leave
it.
you.
register it. And that was
Okay.
the year of Ebola. I was on ground by myself during Ebola. That was not fun. That was and then I was in secondary school, even worse. I was in a boarding school during Ebola. Oh, God. Anyways,
Actually, I
um,
can't lie. I find that part of just not being going home to our yard, I find it a little frustrating. Not frustrating is not the
mm,
word, but I'd prefer to just go home.
yeah, I did drive by the house. I always do it every time, just to see, what are they doing with it. I'm like, okay, the mailbox is still there. Okay, you have not taken it down. Okay.
Bro, back
Yeah,
up.
still
That's not
one or
your
two
yard
cars.
no more, bro. Back
I
up.
didn't enter the yard. I just
Back
surveyed
up.
the land.
Guy, landlord always gotta check on property. What's wrong with you, bro?
So I can report back to the city. Those people, they're not doing, they've not painted out. Yeah. Just one or two things. One or two things. Even that, fun fact, the guy who used to live beside us, remember he had like a bungalow in the back. There was a
Yeah. Oh,
song
like
for a
all
while,
that.
there was an empty plot in between us and a friend. The guy has finished his house,
Wait,
so
wait. So there was one guy that had. I remember like his whole front yard was empty. Then it was only
grass.
the back
Yes.
that he has
Yes.
built.
He has built his house. There is a yes, big ups, my man, big ups, big ups. Love
Or
that for
more.
him. Yeah,
Or more.
yeah. So even that,
I like
even the
those guys.
street I live on has changed small.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was just a lot of that, but it felt like home. To answer the question you asked a very long time ago, it felt like home. I didn't
Yeah.
feel out of place. I didn't feel like nothing threw me. Lagos is still Lagos. I touched down, they jam us the first day. This is so crazy. They jammed me the first day.
Man.
And this babe didn't even stop. She just drove off. I'm not even
Normal.
joking. Not
Normal.
normal. Let's not normalize
Normal.
that. No, now you
Normal.
get down small, you shout at each other small. Yes.
Okay.
She
Okay.
got that. It was so funny. She called one guy on the side of the street to collect our number that she's going somewhere. I said, wow, they know you on this place is the problem. What are you always doing here? But yeah, they jam us. When I was doing my hair, they were fighting. They fought like 3 fights in that place.
Like the people who are working there,
The
or like
workers,
client,
yeah.
client,
The worker and clients. Worker and
worker,
worker.
client. Okay, client. Okay,
Yeah.
everybody.
Everybody fought.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
Again,
Lagos.
normal.
Normal. Ain't nothing
Normal.
new. Ain't nothing new. But yeah.
Mm.
Um,
So, so no real perspective change of Lagos. No big change. This was
no
mostly what
big
you.
perspective change. No, no. I think it was sort of what I expected. Yeah.
There's one babe that I met.
Eh.
She had like she's Nigerian. She grew up in the US. Never
Okay.
been never been to Nigeria before. Hadn't been home before ever. I think her
Mm-hmm.
first time was 2022,
Okay.
22 or 21. First time ever. Like, but she grew up in a Nigerian household, had,
Mm-hmm.
Nigerian friends,
The whole
finally
shebang.
going, yeah, finally going home. So she goes to Lagos, she goes to Bini. It's her first time. And I ask her, oh, so like, okay, what was it like? Your first time,
Mm-hmm.
you've actually never been, you just, heard stories. And she just goes, it was just, so like, yeah, wasn't anything, it was like what I expected. I said, what do you mean what you expected?
That means they
I said,
painted
okay.
the picture well now.
I was like, what happened when they took light? It didn't shock you? Like, yeah, yeah, just,
That's another thing.
and I
Everybody
was,
has inverter. Everybody has inverter now. It's very
yes,
interesting.
yeah, yeah. I can understand not noticing that they took light. I can understand that. But like, I feel like when I go back home, and this is maybe every 2 years or something, I still get
Mm.
like a Lagos reality check smacked in my face.
Mm.
Like every time, like I'll forget
It's
a
when they
little bit,
jam
like
me. It's when they
like
jam me. Yeah.
yeah, like driving, like so. the first time I get behind the wheel again when I'm at home, I'm like, oh no, actually we do drive like we're mad. Oh, I forgot
Yeah.
it's actually this. Then you are just
Yeah.
like something always
Yeah.
like even
Yeah.
just from arriving at the airport, like even how I'll like I'll code switch to start talking to like locals and stuff like that. I said locals.
Mhm.
Start talking to like everyone.
You sure?
Oh man, I said locals, it's crazy. But I always feel like I get hit like with a Lagos Nigeria reality check, at least for the first
Hmm.
2 or 3 days. Then I'm like, okay, no, we back in it.
We in it. We
This
in it. Yeah.
woman, this woman, nothing. I said nothing fly for you, nothing. Not it did shake you. You don't. I'm actually going to call her again after this because I still can't believe that, bro. I can't.
Something I want to note. The last two times I went home, um, me and my stomach don't usually agree with the food on the ground. I think it's a betrayal of character, of
That's
body.
crazy.
How dare you?
That's crazy.
How
That's
dare
crazy.
you?
That's
It
crazy.
is. I'm
You
upset.
can't
I
you can't eat
can you
Nigerian food
imagine
again.
the food that you grew up
Uh
on? Now
no
you
no
want to
no
act a
no.
little funky because you ate small pancake in the US. You want to act a little
Nigeria
funky.
Nigeria said,
This
I'm not
time,
for you. Please be going.
this time, I carry Pepto Bismol with me. Anything I want to do, make it do me. I want to eat everything on ground. Man, would you imagine that not a single thing did me?
Oh wow. Also you're back.
I'm
You're
back,
back.
baby. Back
You're
like I never
back.
left. Back like I never
Did
left.
you did
Okay.
you revoke your Nigeria card?
They did not. They did not. So yeah, I thank God that did not embarrass me.
Random question. How important is it to identify as Nigerian or other people to identify you as Nigerian? Like if someone tried to revoke your Nigerian card, how do you feel about that? Do you think, what fair, I spent, 50% of my life here, 50% there, I'm
I'm not up to
maybe a
50%.
mixture of I'm just hypothetically, like
Yeah.
how concerned are you if someone maybe questions your Nigerianness? How does that make you feel?
I have to be so honest, it hasn't happened to me, so I wouldn't know.
Okay. Okay.
That was something that definitely came up when I was there. Like my friend was like, "You haven't changed, your accent is the same." And I blend in. I remember even talking to my friend, like as we were going up like the elevator to one of the many restaurants, she was
Mm.
like, "Oh wow, so how long has it been?" I was like, 5 years. You should have seen the security guy in the elevator. His reaction of like, "You mean you're not on this ground with us?" And I was like,
Yeah,
"Yeah,
yeah,
yeah."
but yeah, like obviously, I don't think your Nigerianness can be questioned to that large extent of OX. Like, I do expect your accent to change. I I
They said
expect it
that
to.
people who do go for 1 2 years, their accent to
Please,
fluctuates.
please, let's be real. Let's be real. Let's be
Okay,
serious people here. Let's be serious people
okay.
here. I mean more so like because even when I go home, like my friends who live in Nigeria, right?
Mm,
I think we haven't had the same Nigeria or Lagos.
yeah,
I haven't had the experiences they've had, you
yeah.
know. So there's still something that in fact sets us apart. Yes, I'm Nigerian, we're all under this umbrella, but bro, the Nigeria that I know I live in
Mm,
is not the same that, they see or they live in day to day. So
on a daily, yeah.
our versions of Nigeria and Lagos are not the exact same.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you can be slightly othered in that capacity. And
Um,
I'm now talking about in that niche aspect of it.
mm, I think two things. A lot of the hangouts that I did with people was one on one, were one on one.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
it was really us just trading stories. So I didn't have an opportunity to feel, excuse me, particularly othered, right? And forgot my second point. Just like that.
And when I say other, I don't mean, in a drastic capacity because again, I'm now looking
Oh
at
yeah,
the
I
very
I
fine
have it.
margins. In there. Okay.
I have it. It shows in the way we spend because I'm spending on a making money in dollar exchange rate do look a little cute
Mm,
versus the person who is making money in naira.
mm.
Like we went somewhere, went to the crafts market. I tried to buy a boo boo. The guy said 35K. This babe's face almost scattered. Yeah, I'm doing the math in my mind. I'm like, I could do that,
Hey,
But
don't
like,
don't don't say anything, no.
I say it out
no
loud.
more.
Now I start to price it down a little bit. But like, last, I bought like 5, 6 different like clothing items. I spent $70. In my head, I had a good steal. In her head, she's like, "How did you just spend 100 or something K in this market?" I'm like, I
Crazy.
just, I just did, like. So it was things like that. It was things like that that maybe like flagged different.
Okay.
But
Okay. Another
all in
completely
all,
random question because
yeah,
I'm just thinking about it. Did you see Kai Cenat go to Lagos and Accra? Did
yes,
you see that?
yes,
Thoughts?
no.
No? I'm listening.
I didn't see all the full clips, but there was
Mm-hmm.
definitely. I mean, he did the sense. Hey,
English.
sense.
Ma Google am for you.
Sensationalism. Sense.
Okay.
You know
Yeah,
where I'm
yeah,
going,
that's
Sha. Let's
I
let's
do, I
follow.
do, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
There was that of like I felt he fell straight into the Africa troop.
Okay. How
Like,
you know something? What because I feel like it might also feel like sensation
you see now. You see now. Okay.
sensationalism
Thank you. Okay.
because it's kind of doing it. I feel like if a Nigerian had maybe done some again, I know that we don't have a full neither of us have a full picture of what Kaiserat was doing in Lagos or Accra, we're seeing
Mhm. Clips.
burst on the
Yeah.
internet, I feel like if any Nigerian had done that, it wouldn't have felt like sensationalism. It's because a foreigner is
Mhm.
doing it. We look with our eyebrows up a little bit.
Mm,
Why? Why?
I
Why? Because think about it just objectively.
yeah.
What was he doing that wasn't actually, our reality? It just feels a little mockery. It feels like mockery when someone else that isn't Nigerian is doing it. That's
The
that's
reason
something
I'll tell you the only reason why I felt there were a couple of things. There was some poster that went around of that he had made, and there's like a zebra
Okay,
in
that was the
the.
problem. That was the
I was
problem. That was the problem.
like,
I saw that one. That was the problem. That was the problem. But
then
as
he
far as
had
things he
posted,
did
"Oh,
while he was
I'm
there,
going
though.
to Africa," and on YouTube there was a parenthesis where he put Nigeria in it, and I can't tell if that was after they had bullied him or you understand what I'm saying. So like there was that was what I meant by the sense. Say, hey,
Let's leave this word alone. Let's leave it alone. Just so Yoruba.
so Camelo,
Just,
what? I
just so Yoruba.
don't think I want to do that publicly because you guys, Malik and I, attempted a full conversation in Yoruba. I checked.
Kubad. 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 Jashi now.
No, 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 no. We did 7 minutes. I'm proud of us. And you can tell from
Oh,
the
7 minutes.
yeah, we're needing a little
Oh,
work.
good.
I don't think we should put that publicly on the internet. Yeah?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah,
Fair
yeah.
enough. Fair enough.
Um,
I'll say your Yoruba is a lot better than I thought. So good job.
thank you, Sheila. Thank you. I do. I do. Um, but yeah, it was that. But I mean, all in all, like it's somebody popular coming to Nigeria, Nigerian celebrities trying to show them the best parts of Nigeria. Da, 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 da. I appreciate him giving back and all of that. That is,
Mm,
I think that's a core thing that everybody seems to do when they come back, like, or not come back, but like when they come to visit, there's always a
mhm.
charity aspect of it. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, Now I'm thinking to myself, what else happened on this short 1 week trip of mine? Hmm.
I don't know. I don't
Hmm.
know. You tell me. You tell me.
Malik, Malik, I went to a wedding.
You did. You did.
I
You
went
did. Whose wedding you go
to
to?
a wedding. I went to a
Whose wedding?
wedding of somebody near
A
and
family
dear.
member?
Family
A
member.
family member.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Family
Cousin?
member. No, 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 no. A
Was it
family
extended
member,
family?
not at all. A family member I grew up with. Malik,
Ah.
I went to your wedding.
You went to my wedding?
I
Yes, you
went
did
to
go to my
your
wedding.
wedding.
You
But
went to
you know,
my traditional slash engagement.
yeah. And you know the best part
Yeah.
of this wedding, Malik?
Tell me what's the best part?
I went to your wedding and you were
Mhm.
not there.
I was not there. I was not there. That is correct. That is
What in the
correct.
2024 is occurring?
It's what we're calling e-wedding. You understand?
E-wedding. Thank you so much.
E-wedding. You
E-wedding.
understand?
Zoom wedding.
Let's just trademark that one right there.
Yeah. Can I use it without space?
E-wedding. Yes. Yes, yes. I got engaged in October of 2022, I think.
Yay.
And
23,
yeah,
23.
sorry, 23. Then
Not me reminding you
I
of your own engagement
I
date.
tied the knot. I tied the knot electronically in February of 2024.
First of all, congratulations for the umpteenth
So much
time.
appreciate.
So much
So much
appreciate.
appreciate.
Love that for you.
Mm.
How does it feel to be a halfway married man?
Before we get into that,
Okay.
this e-wedding.
Yes.
First of all, like having you be at a wedding hall, FaceTiming me. I'm hearing the band sing in Japan. Omo and Baba. People are dancing. I can see tables of amala and begiri. Jollof rice. Everyone was just eating good. And I was sat on my couch. I was like, what is happening right now?
That was
I
something
was
very
furious.
jarring. That's something jarring. Yeah, yeah.
I was like, what is people are dancing, having a great time right now on my head.
On your head.
And it's on my
I am not
head.
even there.
And the only noise I can hear is the background of the TV.
That's tough.
It was a little jarring.
It was
But
just
yeah,
let's start
we
from
opted for
the
an e-wedding.
yeah. Why E?
We opted for an e-wedding because first of all, it was supposed to be very small, right? And I don't think
That's your first
again.
L, right there.
Yes, yes. I underestimated.
I don't know how your Yoruba parents tell you.
You know,
Small wedding
yes,
is
yes.
big.
They whine me now. They whine me. They whine
Yeah,
me. They whine
yeah,
me, and
yeah.
it's my fault because I listened to them. Fool me once, but also to be honest as well, like I feel like a lot of people, maybe this is one word. A lot of people, I'll say care. A lot of people
Okay.
care about their traditional wedding, their white wedding. They want to have a certain feeling, a certain look. Different strokes for different folks. Whatever works for you, what you care about, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think me and my fiance kind of had prioritized the white man's wedding more than the traditional wedding. So when we're
A
having the
white man's
discussions about,
paperwork?
I know.
I'm kidding.
I know. As I was saying it, I was like, yeah. But that's also my reality. I have to be honest
Yeah,
with
yeah,
myself. I'm
yeah,
actually
yeah.
evaluating it. Like I don't think I've spent much. I don't think I've spent more than an hour of my entire life ever thinking about what my traditional wedding would look
Would
like or
look
feel
like.
like. Or feel like. Honestly, like I don't think I've spent an hour in my entire life, thinking, putting brain power towards that.
Fair.
I know, and if you were to say, that's a little problematic, I can also 100% hear that argument as well. But so we're like, okay, let's do this one small, cute, just the formalities, the parents a marriage is also a union of families. Let's just do something cute. Let's get that done. Then let's focus our brain power and spending power on the one that we kind of more identify. I was identified as
The one
the
that
one that we're
you.
more optimistic. I'm more optimistic about.
Okay.
So when we had that conversation, we're like, okay, yeah, okay, it's okay. So you can. It was like, oh, your parents will meet at a house. We'll go to the bride's house. That will
L.
be it. Just the family members. Since it's so small, it's okay. You people don't have to come because we kind of already had like a pseudo link up in the US as well. Like the family had already met a little bit. This was just more so the traditional aspect
Extended
of it.
families.
Let's go to
Yeah.
the home. Bride price, all that good stuff. Get some uncles involved as well. Formalize it a little bit. Okay. Then it went from to just be at the house, just family. So okay, we'll get one canopy outside in the back, because now we're adding
Oh.
maybe 5 more on your side, 5 more on your side.
Oh.
They're like, maybe maybe go, we'll just get one small hall since there's now we're adding this, adding this. It now looks like maybe we actually need a bigger hall, but at that point,
Because
at that
you
point,
said house, I said oh.
bro, at that point, we have a full-fledged wedding, and we
Yeah.
already planned and set up to like not be there. So it was like, okay, it's fine, if you guys should at least like zoom in and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my god, zoom in. My mom's talking about outfits. You have to like,
That was
she's dealing,
crazy. That was crazy for
bro.
me. That was crazy for me because when your fiance wife was talking to me about
Fiance.
like fiance,
Mm-hmm.
okay, you're married in traditional sense. So I don't want to remind you. As you
No,
know,
no, I'm
that's
aware.
wife.
You don't need to tell me that.
Okay,
I'm fully
okay.
married.
It's
I'm
just that
aware of
I
that.
was on ground. I just want to remind you that some activities did take place.
Okay, maybe maybe it's because you are watching through a screen. Maybe you
Yeah,
didn't
you didn't
really
really hit
sense
you.
it. Maybe
I
you
saw.
didn't see what I was seeing.
They read the letter in front of me. Okay. So
Mhm.
so yeah, she was talking about like outfits and getting fitting, and I was just telling her like, is it not small Zoom that, as far as I'm concerned, it's only the top half that will be active. I did not know the extent. You guys had full fits. Like
Yeah, yeah.
like forget Zoom. She wore the full standard Yawo, I'm getting married fit.
And she looked
Oh no, she
really
looks
good.
stunning. She looks stunning.
She really good.
She looks stunning.
I like something. Yeah, I don't know, something. I became very traditional in that moment when I was like,
Malik,
yeah,
no, we watched
yeah.
that. First of all, I think definitely the highlight of the entire thing was you guys being on screen because obviously all these ones is formalities. Yeah. Bride price. Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Where the couple? That's who we came here for. Where they at?
First,
And so you guys
first.
coming on screen, that entire thing, watching you guys dance on screen, watching you spray her on screen. That was it was really nice. It was really nice.
I'm glad that came through nicely for you guys on that end, but for us, it
I'm
was
sure it was
mad
chaotic.
awkward.
Yeah.
It was mad awkward.
Yeah.
Like it's two of us in this living room. We're dancing to a computer. Like
And then the
it's
small lag
like
too.
it felt ridiculous. It felt
Yeah.
absolutely ridiculous.
And I
But
remember
yeah,
thinking, oh
I'm
my
glad.
God, it's like 7 a.m. I think by the time we started, it was maybe 3, 4 your
I remember
time.
we had to wake up at like 5 a.m.
That's crazy.
If not earlier. If not earlier. We were up early.
Yeah.
It was
And I was just like, wow. So as we're wrapping now, Malik is going to work. That's crazy. He took
I
off, right?
took the deal.
Okay. I was going to say, it's your wedding day. Excuse me.
Bro, I can't get
No,
married and the answering
I'm
email
clocking.
all
That's
on the same
crazy.
day. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. I can't do that. I can't
Yeah.
do that.
But how, I guess, in the whole prioritization thing, because you are having your wife's wedding a bit later in an undisclosed location.
That one I'll be there for.
Thank God. Inshallah.
Now I'll be careful. The
Yes.
e-subscription has finished. Don't worry.
Yes. How, because I guess you both live here. Your parents, for the most part, also sort of live here. Like your families are
Mm-hmm.
here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So really, a lot of that wedding was just for the family on ground in Niger to
Yeah.
get to know each other, right? But how
Yeah.
did it really create some sort of like, oh wow, this America place is actually my yard. That there can be a whole wedding somewhere else that I'm not even there for.
Ask that question again. I'm not sure I understand.
Okay. Like, did it sort of reinforce true, true, I live in America. Like this my life is here in America. Did that sort of reinforce it for you?
I mean, it maybe a little bit, but I've fully already come to the um resolution that I live in America. This is my home.
Mm,
This is my quote unquote now comfort zone.
okay.
You know, when I go home to Nigeria, I feel like I'm on vacation or holiday there. It's not like I'm splitting back and forth between two homes. I know
Mm,
that America is really
home.
exactly, which is like home for me.
Mm,
Then to get married and not be there didn't maybe slightly just reinforce that feeling, but not to like a
wow,
huge
yeah.
magnitude.
Okay.
Not to a huge magnitude.
That's fair. That's fair. Um
But yeah,
I
I
have
don't know. I've been back. Go on.
no finish your thoughts.
No, because I was also asking. I was just trying to ask myself, like, if I could do it all over again, would I have, been there, or because I was actually very okay with the outcome. I do feel married. It's it sounds like it was a swell time. It
It
looks
was a
like it's
lovely time. I actually even want to add that. Sorry, you thought that it was gonna be a wedding in somebody's house. There was a
yeah.
wedding and then a separate reception on another day. We partied for 2 days based on you people getting married. I don't want you to know.
Oh boy, oh
Yeah,
boy,
yeah. And you thought it was small. That's cute, honestly.
oh my
I
god.
mean, small in like Nigerian numbers, but not in a general sense of what it means to have a small anything.
All I know is that me, I'm not missing your wedding. Any version you do it, because if this is how your parents are going or moving for my own, your own, woo,
I'm a bit terrified. I'm a bit terrified.
woo,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah, I'm a bit scared. You know what's so crazy? I was never really the person who like, oh, grew up planning my wedding, da da da. But I think now as like, okay, there's somebody in the picture, things are a little more, all these things can actually happen. I've become more, I have specific ideas of like how
Because
I
as the
want to get
reality is setting
married.
in now,
Yeah.
your brain is now cooking. Your brain
Yeah,
is cooking.
yeah, yeah. I have ideas of how I want to get married. Unfortunately, it doesn't involve being in Nigeria. Only because
Mm,
he's not Nigerian, one. And two, my family.
that's
Because, yeah, yeah. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because,
that's cool.
Malik, hold on, we don't know.
Okay,
Realistically,
okay.
the reason why
Mm-hmm.
that wedding for you happened on ground was because you guys both have families on ground that needed to know each other. As in,
Yes,
our people are married. Oh. They may not be here, but
yes.
if I run it to you, know that we are in laws. He is not having,
Tabari
you understand?
Rawao.
He is not having,
Amorawa.
exactly.
Yes,
He is not having on ground.
yes. I understand that.
And I fully
I
believe
understand that.
that the people who need
Mm-hmm.
to know his family, who are on
Mm-hmm.
ground for me,
Mm-hmm.
can and will, inshallah, be able to make that journey over to the US of A
Yes.
to get to know. Because realistically, the people who are going to run into his family are my family over here. I don't see a vision. I
Correct.
don't see how it will make sense for us to pack ourselves here, pack them there, to
Good,
not pack
good,
ourselves back home.
good, good. Because I love, you see everything you just said now.
Logistics.
No. It has logic. It has logic. But you're making sense. You understand?
Oh
If you look
God.
at it, from a logical standpoint,
Mm-hmm.
is you are ticking the boxes. Now you throw that out the window. You throw all of that out the window. Because you will not bring this white man's
European
culture
nonsense
this
into this
into this
ethnic.
African household. You get rid of all of that.
No, that's
What
one
is going
thing.
to happen?
Mm-mm.
Let me
Uh,
let me help you come to the reality of this, because it
okay.
looks like you're not getting there. So
Okay.
I'm actually two weddings.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually two weddings. Normal. You see me, I did one white man. You understand? So you too, you can be doing two. And in our custom, in our ethnic household, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
As being the bride, you understand me?
Mm-hmm.
He will come from wherever he is. He will come to this West African country. He will come and collect a wife here. He will bring his family to do that. Then you can go and do your white wedding. You understand? Thank you very much for coming to my TED Talk.
I
Thank you.
think I think only time shall tell. Eh? Only time shall tell. But yeah.
But don't get me wrong, I actually like your idea the most. If that's what you want, I hope it works out that way. I'd also somewhat prepare yourself for the version which I just laid out for you. Just, so your
Just in
expectations.
case. Okay.
You understand.
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. Who knows? Inshallah, maybe this podcast is still active. We can give you guys our own update of how things
Update.
are. But yeah. So we got married. Well, Mali got married. I went back home.
We got married. Family
First,
ti ṣe
first, first,
ìgbéyàwó. We got
first,
married,
first,
innit?
first. Couple of other globalish occurrings happened during this time.
Yeah.
Um,
hmm
a lot of wars. A lot of wars. Um, I think one particular one has gotten a lot of media coverage simply because the Western powers are involved, as per
We're
usual.
talking Israel, Palestine.
We're talking Israel Palestine. I don't want to spend too much time on that because I want to talk about other wars that were happening on the continent
Closer to home.
closer to home. DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo, and then of course Sudan. And I think because there was so much coverage, or there is so much coverage on Palestine, for the most part, people don't even really know what's happening in Sudan and in
Yeah.
the Congo. Um, and so because we are true Pan-Africanists, we thought we might as well give you a real idea of what's happening on ground, right?
It
So,
is.
okay, two things. One, Sudan. I don't remember what year it was, but if you guys remember, there was a bit of an uprising a couple of years ago. Omar Bashir was overthrown. They didn't like him because he was getting his dictatorship back and he was spending too much money on like the
Why do Africans love dictatorship? Actually, let me not say Africans too, because Putin just won his
one another
re-election.
election. Okay, whatever. But I think
Go back to what you're saying.
the common theme actually in all of this is men being in power and not wanting to give up power. That's the common theme in all of this, honestly.
Yeah.
But with Sudan, so Omar Bashir was overthrown and civilians didn't really like what he was doing because they felt like it was a really hard economic time for them and he was spending a lot of money on RSF. So like that's is not the main army, but it's like a paramilitary group. And then SAF, which is like the Sudan like actual armed forces, right? Um and so the leader of RSF is Hemeti, leader of SAF is Burhan. Um so they peeped that like people did not like Bashir. Keep in mind, those were his number two and three, right? For a while. These guys now peeps that guys are not liking Oga. So the two of them came together to overthrow Oga, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Sudanese people are like, yeah, Bashir is gone, but also, because y'all was number 2 and 3. Can we really trust you? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, international communities come together and they're like, all right, let's create a transitional government from military rule to democratic rule, like the people want. There's a whole timeline. They came together. I think the first version of this fell through. Didn't really work out. But in the second attempt, because they're going from military to civilian, RSF needed to be absorbed under SAF, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because there has to be just one military that they're now
Mm-hmm.
transitioning. RSF
Mm-hmm.
Oga said, you want me to go under this guy when we've been doing, you understand, together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He felt like, things are not happening fairly, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, forget February. Long story short, it is these two men fighting for power because they don't want to, nobody wants to concede to the other person. Again, men fighting to not give up power. Problem with this now is with their fighting, they're trying to take over, like, they're trying to have like rule over parts of Sudan, and civilians
Mm-hmm.
are fleeing because it's not safe. This data
Yeah.
is as of February. Nearly 7.8 million people in Sudan have been displaced, right? And people are about 1.6 million are fleeing across borders. So a lot of those people are internally displaced in Sudan. There's anything we know when there's a refugee situation and the camps are not even safer. Disease is going to spread. Violence is very possible. Sexual violence is very high as well. There's already been cholera, the measles, all those things are forming, right?
Yeah. 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 I think
Essentially,
people. Yeah. There's always like a trickle effect of an ongoing
yeah,
war.
yeah,
It could
yeah.
just be the lives lost. When society breaks down like that,
It's
there's
literal
lasting
societal
effects.
breakdown. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and
And then
those
there's
linger for years.
of course, there's now also malnourishment too because guys are not eating the way they used to. People are dying because of that. And we're even seeing it now in Palestine. Like they're in the malnourishment era of the chaos that is occurring as a result. Um, DRC, their problem is two. Their
Voila.
problem is not one, it's two. And I thought that was so interesting because when I looked up what's going on in Congo, nothing about cobalt came up. I'm sure, like on the internet, everything seems to be, oh, they're being exploited because of XYZ. That's even just a secondary thing that is occurring for them. The main thing is DRC and Rwanda are fighting. So Rwanda is their neighbor
Based on-
based on the same P of men in power not wanting to give up power. So if you remember Rwandan civil war, Tutsi, Hutu, da, 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 da. So
Did they teach that to us in school?
I don't think they did. It's Hotel Rwanda that taught me.
Because I remember having a full-on conversation about that with your father after we watched that movie. I watched that a number of times too.
And that was a very graphic movie. I don't know if we should have been watching it as
Bruh,
children. It
I
was intense.
I had not seen bloodshed like that
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah. And that was even something else that sort of came up to me. What seems to be a general thing with war also. Human beings repeating the exact same sort of trauma that was done to them, to somebody else. Like, so with like this situation, M23 is an existence. M23 formed because Tutsis fled Rwanda during the war, and they created M23 to sort of like protect themselves from, I believe, any Hutus trying to attack them from Rwanda. So it's like it's
Inside
Rwanda.
Rwanda,
No, no, no. We are
there's
in Congo now. So these are the people who fled Rwanda, formed the
so so this tribe in Rwanda came and set up space in Congo
yes, and they
under
formed their
M23.
own. No, so they formed like a community, and then M23 became their sort of like security
Ah,
that they
that's a
were now
problem.
using to protect themselves, right?
That's a problem.
Yes. So M23 was formed during a separate um war that happened in DRC. That's another thing. DRC has never actually known peace, and it's actually very sad because when I looked this up, there were way too many wars that came up, and I was like, "This is insane." Okay, these are my notes. Leaders of M23 are Tutsis who claim to fight off Houthis who fled Rwanda to DRC after the genocide in '94. They eventually merged with the Congolese army in 2009 after the M23 peace deal. March 23 movement was another one type war that happened for Congo.
Okay, so they were absorbed by Congo.
They were supposed to be, yes. So they claimed that the deal wasn't upheld, so they broke away from the Congolese army in 2012.
Okay.
Now, this new round of violence comes because M23 claims that the Congolese army didn't hold up their part of the deal, and the M23 have been attacking UN peacekeeping forces and the Congolese army. Now, what's
Voila.
crazy is M23 seems to be sort of like a rogue-ish group, but more recently, they've had more arms than they usually do. And people are like, where are people getting all your things from? So there is
Funny.
evidence to show that they are being backed by Rwanda. Rwanda says they're not backing anybody. However, all the details.
What does Rwanda have to gain by backing
I
M23?
had the same thought. And I can't lie to you. I don't know. I truly don't know. But again, I think it might be a regional peace, having somebody on the ground nearby. Don't quote me. Don't
All of
quote me. All
all
these
of
things,
this to say
Sha.
that a lot of people are getting affected by all this ongoing war.
Yeah,
How many people displaced? How
and the
many
way
lives
they're
lost?
attacking. I'm so sorry. The reason why I thought about like how people repeating the same traumas, they're killing them and attacking people the same way they were being attacked in the Rwanda civil war. Machete killings, raping women, all the things. Crazy stuff. Now this is happening in like East Rwanda, I believe, East Congo. The cobalt peas are happening in South Congo. Right. So there's a lot of forced eviction of people who live in this certain area that is very rich in cobalt. And they're being forced out of their homes because their homes are under.
This so that in VD can, or whatever the name is, can their
Yes,
stock
can
price
mine.
can go up.
Yes. So they're literally telling people, hello, come out from your house. You are under rich things. We need you to move so that we can get here. And they're not reimbursing them. They're not doing any of that. So there's a lot of that happening. And it seems to be the Congolese Republican Guard, another one army type setup that is doing the dirty work of burning people's homes, kicking them out, raping, killing, all the things. Summary. Everybody's fighting for power, fighting for money, and civilian casualties as a result, as per usual.
Anything we can do about this?
Yes, actually, we can. Because unlike Palestine, where aid cannot seem to get in, these places can actually get aid. They're just not getting enough. Okay. So, Malik and I, out of the generosity of our hearts, and also just being the Pan Africanist we are, I think that it's important that we help each other out. We are going to be making donations to the UN RWA and then also the UN Crisis Relief to provide aid to the Congo and to Sudan. But we thought, yeah, we can just give money. But what if you guys also gave money with us?
As the Pan Africans that we all are
The
together.
Pan Africanists.
Sorry, I had to try something like go.
So we want to do something with you guys. We are going to set up a GoFundMe page. Ideally, we were going to do it directly, but if we did direct like fundraising with these entities, we wouldn't be able to specify what countries you wanted them
Where
to
it
go to.
goes.
Yeah, it would just go to a general pool.
Yeah.
And we specifically wanted to help out these two African countries. So we're setting up a GoFundMe page. We want you guys to make your donations, however much you feel comfortable with. $10, 20, whatever it is, Malik and I will match your donations up to $500. So if you give $10, we'll make a matching donation of $10. If you give 25, we'll also give 25. If you want to give 100, we'll also give 100 up onto $500. And in total, between all of us, this Japa Diaries community, we're hoping to raise $1,000 for the DRC and for Sudan. And of course, we are giving you an award. We are not going to be fraudulent with your money. I have absolutely no desire to do that. It's Ramadan. I beg.
We'll clearly state exactly how we're doing it and how it's going to work on our socials.
Yes.
So you see exactly where your money is going, when it's going, how it's getting there, all of that. We'll be very transparent.
Absolutely, absolutely. If you want to make a donation, there's going to be a link in this episode description as well as every episode description this season. And then hopefully at the end of the season, we can give an update. Did we reach our goals? Did we pass our goals?
Update.
Yeah. And it'll also be in our social media bios and stuff. But yeah, I wanted to do something good. We wanted to do something good.
Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. I feel good about it as well.
Yeah. Best in podcast now. Community and that.
Lol.
Not just
Lol.
talking, but also, giving.
Impact.
Hey. Anything else you want to let the people know before we wrap up here?
No, I think that was a great way to start off season 3. We have a lot more episodes coming. Fun episodes.
I found a note.
Exciting
Sorry,
episodes.
I wrote a note here that I wanted to tell you
What?
something. Okay. So a couple of weeks ago, I went to hang out with your parents, and I was in the car with your dad. We were talking like career stuff, and he was like, whatever you want to do with your career, whether it's social media or Japa Diaries. I said, Japa Diaries.
It was only a matter of time.
It was only a matter of time.
That means they've heard everything we've said. And we haven't been that kind. We haven't been that kind to them.
We haven't been mean.
Okay. Mom, Dad, I love you.
Love you. Now, what I'm curious to know is he listening directly or is somebody telling him?
He'll listen directly.
I think he's listening directly. In which case, hi, Dad. I hope you're subscribed. Add to our numbers now.
Forget subscribe. Match our donation.
And please support your children. Leave a rating. Leave a review. Not even just rating. Leave a review. And if there's somebody that is...
Don't over-encourage him.
But if there's somebody that is, doing middleman, because that's happened in the past, I hope you're also subscribed. Okay, add to our numbers. Match our donations. Yeah. All good?
All right. Perfect.
We'll see you guys on episode 2. And I'm excited for this season. Honestly, I think it's going to be really good.
All right. Thanks for joining us, guys. Bye.
All right. Bye.